All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We're going to try to play some Naya Legends today with some new cards from the Hobbit. However, this is the third attempt to get this video to you. We have been cursed technically for whatever reason. And even now, if you look around my arena dashboard of things, like there are bits of information missing. Even if I highlight stuff, things come up with no information. So I don't even know if this is going to work this time, but we're going to see what we can do with this. So we're going to start with a couple of Zach Fair in this list because we need to protect our creatures because we're playing like 30 of them. A couple of Defend the Rider and some Exercise. Now, I don't know if this is the best card to play because it is sorcery speed, but it does work against quite a few things we run into on the ladder. So we'll see. A couple of Jennifer Walters because it does keep your stuff from being damaged on your turn, which is kind of nice. Not damaged, but countered or targeted. But then we also have some Spectacular Spider-Man with Flash, which is awesome, and one of the few things we have with flying. We also have Queen of Dale, because if we already have a legend in play, it's cool to be able to discard the other one and at least get a creature for it. We have some NT to help us dig a little bit, some Intrepid Paleontologist, one of the few things that's actually not a legend in the list, but it does give us every color and allow us to remove graveyards. A couple of copies of Torgal, a Find Hound, because most of the stuff are actually humans. One copy of Ruby Daring Tracker, which this could eventually be replaced with Thorin Oakenshield if you wanted to, because it's a 3-2 and it can give everything else. Ward 1, which is super nice. We have some Cease and Desist. Again, this is a concession to things we're running to on the ladder, especially if we can use Desist against the Azorius Synthesizer decks. One Siriema that can help us go find key creatures as we need them. Copies of Sarah Farron so that we can actually pump our team, which is super nice, but getting the discount is actually not bad either. Leatherhead. We all know this card's hard to remove and very good. One copy of Radagast of Rosgobel. I don't know if this is going to be good enough, but at least want to give it a shot. It's another way to get a discount on our creatures and also allows us to play everything at flash speed. One copy of Surrak the Hunt Caller because it just gives everything haste. Speaking of which, it's kind of a popular thing among our 4-mana spells here. Halana and Lena, obviously giving everything else haste, and if it's pumped up, that's all the better. One Wolverine, because it can also fight things while having haste, and Daredevil can help us dig for things while also having haste and vigilance. So kind of a recurring theme there. But don't forget, if you haven't yet, check out our friends over at ManaPool.com. They've got over 35 million cards, one of the best optimizers in the business, so you can get the best cards at the best prices. And you can get a free $5 credit to go shopping over there if you just use the link in the description or in the pinned comment. So go check them out. It's a sweet site. All right, this is weird. We're going to play the first one with no audio, because I also don't have audio coming through Arena at this point in time. So this whole experience has been weird. I don't know what's happening. We've had a lot of issues between Arena and YouTube. Oh, it's funny. I was just telling somebody the other day about Piteous Plunderer. People have asked why I've not been playing it in my list. Because of reasons like this, I don't like ramping my opponents. And they're going to ramp us, which is going to be pretty beneficial unless they have a way to get rid of our treasure. So while we will take some damage, I mean, we could just go right into playing one of our higher toughness creatures. So I don't know. Yeah, we're going to see how this works out. We take some damage. We're going to flash in a Spider-Man. They can get rid of it if they choose. So they don't have any instant speed things to get rid of stuff. So that's good to note. Also put this one on human for that Cavernous Souls. And I think we're just going to use that treasure and play Daredevil. Now, I could play Halana and Elena here. That would be good for future value, but I'm going to decline to look at a card because I'd just be wasting it right now. The reason I don't is because they're more likely to have things that deal 3 damage instead of 4 damage, and that makes a huge difference. However, this could also be good for them, right? They have all the extra treasure. They have 5 mana right now. There's dragons and things they could play that would be beneficial. Nope, they're just sacking treasure to get rid of our guy. All right, fair enough. And then we go with... I think we just use up their treasure and play the Halana and Elena. Like, if they just have the removal, they have the removal. At some point, you just say, if you got it, you got it. All right. Now, I could have also used the treasure, played a Thornspire Verge, left mana up to use Spider-Man, but this is just like, put you to the test. If you got it, you got it. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, create a tapped colorless robot. Okay, well, that's not going to be a thing. I'm going to go ahead and use this treasure because there's no reason letting it sit here. Especially if we're going to potentially take damage from the plunderer. And yeah, we'll go ahead and crack a Serapharin. I say crack, transform her. Let's put the counters on Spectacular Spider-Man because that's the only thing that's going to survive. We will attack for a bunch, and the opponent kind of has to block here, or it's lethal. And the opponent just says, nah, I'm not going to worry about it. Fair enough. Okay, it appears I've reset some things, reopened Arena, everything's working. At least for now. So, and we have sound, so that's good. Cruel Claws Heist. Oh boy, so we're going to be playing against Mono Black something or other. I feel like we see so many discard-related things on the Arena ladder. But we talk about that a lot on this channel. I guess we'll go ahead and play the Paling Tallies. I expect it'll die unless they just play a room on this turn. But who knows, maybe it's another discard spell. Okay, it's a momentum breaker, that's fine, whatever. We can live with that. Yeah, let's just... Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and let you do your thing. It's probably just a bunch of removal spells and sweepers, but... Okay, there's a Fertic Core, and... a dead Jennifer Walters, of course. Like I said, we expected that, so no surprises. The good news is, we have 30 creatures. It's just going to be a matter of can we get the right ones before they get what they need. Because I'd assume their deck is just infinite removal, because that's what these black control decks are. Oh, Quandrix Charm. Yeah, sure. Ooh, Zach Fair. Let's attack first. I'm going to discard this other Inti, of course. Don't really want that other mountain. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just play Zach Fair and discard this land. Actually, we can play the mountain for free, right? No cost. Sure. Oh, well, we get a Sacred Foundry. That's good. Get bonus value from them making us discard because of Inti, so that's cute. I mean, the room's going to show up sooner or later, and we'll have to figure out how to deal with that, but... yeah, sure, we'll protect the rest of the team, I guess. And then they'll try to play their other removal? Nope. I don't know what that last card is. Oh, yeah, sure. It was like, what does that do? Just more discard stuff. Alright, well, we will discard this. Even at the loss of 5 life, I think it's still worth it to play whatever we find. Counter on Inti. Well, the good news is, if we keep it as 4, 5, 9 exactly, if they don't... oh, no, because it's only +3. Well, I guess 1 from Inti would be enough. Alright, let's just take 5. By the way, the opponent's using like all the dumb emotes and everything is exactly why we don't need chat in our games. Sure, Discover 4. You got it. Cruel Claws Heist. Awesome. We have lethal and we win. Against the mono black discard pile that does nothing. Fantastic. Okay, let's keep it. I guess we'll play this on human? Because there are some possibilities that we want 2 colors. Next turn. Have fun. These are all real options. I'm assuming they're going to take Jen Walters, though. But I don't know. Depends on what the rest of their deck is, what they think they can deal with or not. Wow, they took the Siriema. Interesting. I mean, I don't expect Jen Walters to live anyway. If you're coming in with intimidation tactics, you're probably playing a removal spell on too. Yep. Not a shocker. I was hoping to draw a green source so I could protect something with a defend the rider there. So unfortunately, mana is working against us at this point in time. But if we can draw an untapped land, we'll be good to go. Oh, Thoughtweft Stalker. That's not what I expected to see. Well, we can't really cast that, so. Oh, Leatherhead. And we can't cast that either. Darn it. Oh, gosh. What are we looking to do here? Let's attack. See if we find a land, because we would love to cast this Leatherhead. And this allows NC to attack with a bad block. Well, there's Torgal. I guess we could Torgal and Zakfair. That's not the worst thing. Oh, I can't Torgal because he's one of the few things that's not a human. Oh, man. The one time the Cavern of Souls is working against us. That sucks. I would have liked to have had either of that combination of cards. Damn. Tough beat. Tough beat. Corpus of the Lost. You got it. There are so many black decks that are living their best life off of Corpses of the Lost. I mean, might as well attack. Wow, they're not attacking either? Jeez. Well, this is interesting. Alright, so we're going to attack with NT. I'm going to discard the Halana Nalana. Of course, I'll draw a land now, but it's whatever. Yep, there it is. It's like we know things. Wow, thanks, opponent. Didn't think you were going to do all that. Yeah, that's the way we want to do it. And we will get rid of Cecil and Thoughtstalker. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll play the land tapped. Get rid of the Corpses of the Lost. And then now we at least have 4 mana and our colors, so we can hopefully top deck some good things to play. Otherwise, we're probably dead skis. Alright. Deep Cavern Bat, sure. Bonus playing a very aggressive mono black. Opponent, you're just not attacking? Like, you're playing the aggro pile. Plus, I mean, NT's going to keep getting bigger, so like your blocks don't do much. What's the point of that? That's only 5. I mean, thanks, I guess. They also have white mana for something. Hilda Blade with nothing to put it on. There you go. They go to 13. They're at least making a race out of it. No, oh no, because that's going to go away at the end of turn. Yeah. Alright, Sarah Farron. Here we go. Obviously, we don't have anything to discard. Opponent goes to 7. Hopefully, they don't have a sweeper. If they do, that's a sick rip. Alright, double color. Sure, we're just not blocking. Good thing, too, because we only drew a land. Man, we went through a lot of land. Alright, cool. We didn't draw very many great cards. we kind of just discarded things and went through stuff. And Like, couldn't even play the cards we wanted to play, but somehow still got a win. Crazy. Okay, we got Radagast. Now we get to hopefully see some new cards in play. And in this scenario, I think we have to play Cavernous Souls first so we can play Zac Fair. Play either of the green lands to play Ruby next turn. And then, if all the cards live, we can also just choose to not attack with Ruby, so we could have mana to sacrifice Zac Fair. Everything seems to be working out. So we definitely want to protect Ruby now, since we have both Radagast and Helana and Elena. Alright. Actually, you know what? Maybe we want to wait until we can play one and protect it. Because, like, what's the worst they're going to do? Actually, you know what? Let's take a chance here. They probably have, like, Get Lost or something. But if they do, they do. I mean, obviously you have something, right? Oh, Growing Dread. Ooh, new. Okay. Well, hopefully that's not one of their big cards that they needed. If it is, we at least have Exercise, so hopefully we don't get instantly wrecked. If it's Galta and they put like 3 or 4 things on the battlefield, we're cooked, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so just another Growing Dread. So this means either they don't have what they need to turn something face up, or they hit 2 things that suck. Like, and I don't know which it is, which is very funny. This is the first creature spell, so can't play Radagast and something on the same turn. All right, so we're just going to go Radagast. We're going to put the counters on Radagast. And then I'm going to attack. And just see what you want to do. Like, we got to apply some amount of pressure here. All right, so both of those probably were nothings. Yep. They were lands. All right. That's what I said. They either were something that wasn't worth turning face up, or they didn't have the cards in hand to turn it face up. Which does happen with those decks. All right, cool. We'll keep it. Only 1 white mana, but that's probably fine for now. It's always hard to even speculate what you go get with the Siriema anyway. Doombots. We do see those periodically on the ladder. It is an artifact creature, so we could remove that if we need to. Assuming we draw nothing else productive to do next turn. Norman Osborn. Can't be blocked. Okay. Well, it does feel like Leatherhead could be pretty sweet. I don't know if I want to waste this on a Doombot. What are we doing with this? You could... Yeah, alright. We're just going to attack. Doombot, you just put a bunch of counters on it, right? Is there a reason they could care about having it? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. I don't know why. I just get this feeling that they could have something that cares about number of artifacts on the battlefield or anything. Affinity. You know, I don't know. And then hopefully, maybe, they try to bounce Jen Walters here. We can protect her and then play Leatherhead. And that'll at least deal with some amount of artifacts, hopefully. Oh. There's black mana. Or needed black mana. Oh, so this is artifact villains. Oh, weird. Okay. That's a thing. We need to draw some better cards. Alright, so we're going to attack first before revealing that we have Leatherhead. Because they might... Okay, I was hoping they might double block Jen Walters, but they didn't. Because if they double block, we could get rid of the big Octobot. That would then make it hard for them to get rid of Leatherhead. Oh, opponent's just all out attacking and saying, don't care. We're winning this race, which technically they are right now. I don't even know what I would get with the Sariema is the crazy part, even if I was able to do it. Alright. I mean, we can't block most of their stuff. Anyway, so we're going to take 7 total minimum next turn. I mean, I guess, assuming this turn goes as expected, we should be able to get rid of at least the Octobot, or an Octobot. Serapharian is big business, though. That helps quite a lot. Question is, how much can we sustain? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we gotta do it. And then flipsies. Attack. We could also turn Jennifer Walters face up, right? Because you need what? Green, a white, white, green? Oh, we don't have the second white. Because this is for casting, not for activating. Alright. Okay. So opponent goes to 9. We will remove the counter. Get rid of the bigger Octobot. In the turn. So if we can get a white land, we could turn Sensational Sea-Hulk face up, and that could be lethal. But target creature card, well, we're going to protect it anyway. Alright, cool. Woo, that was close. Gotta give the opponent credit. This was a nifty little budget pile. It was like budget villain artifacts, and almost got there. Oh, no, we can't keep this. There was definitely nothing going on there. Keep it. I'm going to gamble and get rid of Cease and Desist. Just because we have the Serapharian, like we could make that kind of central to our game plan. All right, just a Fabled Passage. Are we getting a forest? We got a swamp, not a forest. Huh. Huh. Yeah, okay, we're going to pass. Because a lot of times against black, if you just run Jennifer Walters out, it's just going to die. So you can see if the opponent dedicates to something else. Hey, we have a bunch of creatures. I believe there are 30 creatures in this list, by the way. So lots of creatures. If you can get to 4 land, you basically have nothing but threats and haymakers incoming. Alright, so is there a Burst Lightning? There is not even a Burst Lightning. Good to know. Alright, so now it's... Can we hold on to these? Or can we find a 4th land? The answer is probably no, playing against red-black. But we'll see. I mean, either way, we're probably sacrificing Spider-Man. Oh, opponent discards 2 cards. Yes. We will sadly discard Alana and Alanis. People love their black discard 2 things these days. We're going to play Serapharian. And I'm going to go ahead and take 2 damage. Yep, transform that bad boy. Or bad girl, I should say. Alright, opponent's at 8. I mean, we got no cards to discard. We will protect that creature. Not the best card to draw here, if we're being 100% honest, but we'll go with it. Board sweepers do qualify. I mean, Day of Black Sun works. Feed this one. Are they going to take 2, go to 3? Alright. Oh no, a land does not help us here. Opponent goes to 1. That does turn off some of their cards, apparently, though. Man, haster off the top, please. We have options. We have options. Come on, deck. We can do this. I mean, you get Fell, yeah. That's a real card. Any haster, and we win. Come on. Oh, we just drew lands. Oh, I could have removed the card that they targeted. What was I doing? Ah, well, doesn't really matter. We're probably getting wrecked anyway. Death to our enemy, sure. Might as well just remove other things. I mean, you can keep the Fell, I guess. I mean, I guess we might as well remove that too. It doesn't really matter. I mean, not Fell, but the Feed the Swarm. There you go. Now, is our only out Leatherheads ×2? Oh, this is... Alright, well. I mean, we might as well see if we hit something. No, are you serious? So we went land, paleontologist, land, cease and desist, land, with 30 creatures. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, nothing else we can do. I mean, we're just probably dead. I mean, as it turns out, removing the Fell or not didn't matter. So while it was a misplay, it didn't do anything. And we just drew lands to finish this out. So we're dead now. Because they put us down to 5. And then if we have a creature, they target it, we lose. Yeah. Or they make us discard, we lose. Like, God, that's terrible. What a way to go out. Alright, cool. We're dead. Well, that sucked. This feels like a gamble to keep, so I'm going to mulligan. Alright, maybe it's better. Maybe it's not. Let's find out. Market Gnomes. Okay. Usually it's weird. When I see Market Gnomes, it's... Oh, not that. I was going to say, there's some weird versions of Synthesizer or some mono-white token control weird thing. I don't know why. That's just what we've been running into when we see them. But this is obviously not that. So no attacks. They're going to juice Figure of Fable. Get rid of our Paleontologist? No, we're going to play Bofer, which has Double Strike? No, that's a lifelink one. But you can give something hexproof and intro. Okay, good having Exercise, but unfortunately, this only... Oh, it does go to a 4/5 first. I thought it went to a 3/4 first, for some reason. Let's go ahead and play Surrak. Let Surrak give himself haste, because we do have 8 power worth of creatures out. Because we have Ferocious, and then Old School, we have Formidable, if you control 8 power worth of things. Alright. Would you like to juice up your Figure of Fable, opponent? You know you want to. I'd appreciate it if you did. Oh, they got a removal spell for Surrak. Darn it. Yeah, that's probably the case. Oh, no. They're checking their Figure of Fable. Maybe they just want to pay for it. Technically, though, they can do that at instant speed, so they don't have to do it now. Which would put us in a situation if we really wanted to attack. Okay. Oh. Arc of Hunger. We have a different target for Exercise. That's not at all what I thought was going to happen here. Oh, Radagast. I would love to play you, but Arc has us much more concerned. Let's... Ugh. I don't even know if I need to be removing stuff from the graveyard. I think we're just going to play it safe. It doesn't matter. Give whoever haste. I think we attack with everybody. And just do as much as we can here. Alright, opponent has decided that they are not blocking with Bofer. Opponent, I'm going to need you to pump that Figure of Fable, please. Not that. Like, you're supposed to pump a Figure of Fable. Come on now. What are we doing? Oh, this is funny. Check this out. Because we have Rosgabel, we can play creatures at instant speed on their turn. They don't cost us anything. Oh, I don't even know if the opponent's aware. Okay, so they're going to pump Figure. All right, we'll get one shot to try to get rid of Figure next turn. Let's do this first, so they likely spend mana to protect their Figure. And then we can get rid of it with Exercise. This is awesome. Because they bounced their stuff and made them all cost 2, Razgabel makes them cost... Or Radagast makes them cost 0. I'd call it Razgabel. I guess I was calling it by his government name or whatever, I guess. Alright, do whatever you're going to do to protect this Figure of Fable. We are okay with it. Yep. That's what we needed to happen. And now we just need there to be nothing else relevant in hand. If they have a second way to protect it, we're cooked. But, you know, gotta try. Excellent. Love that. Okay, so, Exercise. Get rid of this dude. We can play one of these creatures for free now. So we'll play the Paleontologist. And then we will attack with Radagast of Rosgabel in the turn. And we can technically play both of these this turn if we so choose. And protect the board. So this is awesome. Wow, Radagast randomly is so good in this scenario. Like, specifically against the Avatar's Wrath. Alright, they're going to exile a card. It is a Lorehold Charm, which they currently can't cast unless they have another red land available. Alright, so let's flash in a Zac Fair. Let's flash in a Spider-Man. Ooh, and we got Seraphir. Hell yeah. Game on, folks. We are transforming and attacking. Alright. And we got board protection? Hell yeah. Oh, I guess it could, if I'd have given Spider-Man flying, would that have worked? Maybe. Yeah, that would have been a couple more points. I should have done that. That would have probably ended the game. It's okay, though. I feel like we're in pretty good shape. We have all kinds of protection. We've already seen if they Avatar's Wrath, it doesn't really matter. I mean, lots of blockers. Those are not irrelevant. This is a wild deck. I don't know what, especially if you're playing like Avatar's Wrath with a thing that makes a bunch of tokens. Like, I don't really know what's going on. Helix puts you at 6. And then you just have 1 green mana? Yeah, that's fine. Because we could just Zac Fair onto Spider-Man and then that'd be enough. That's also fun. What was it? You're naturally a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could get rid of all artifacts and enchantments. Oh, no, we can't. We're short 1. Okay, never mind. Then we'll just go with our first play. Alright. Give you flying till end of turn. And then we will attack for Xaxes. Alright, so even missing some damage last turn, still got there. Okay, let's keep it. There is a tough thing, though, sometimes when you play decks like this. Because you're playing cards that a lot of people don't see, like, when I play Torgal, they're more likely to remove Torgal than they would in some cases, because it's just like, oh, why are you playing this card? You know? And I do the same thing when I see opponents playing stuff, because it's like, there's got to be a reason you want this card, right? Whatever life gainer I have. I think the life gain decks are going to be the hardest for us to beat. That and the mono white auras, truthfully. Which is tough, but just kind of is what it is. All right. If we play Leatherhead, do we have a way to win? We have to probably just draw Excise. Or Exercise. We could play Paleontologist as a 3/3, but I don't think that does enough. I think we're just going to go Leatherhead. I was trying to think of like what we could even search for with the Seriema, but couldn't come up with anything. Though, if we Paleontologist into Seriema, then we could go get like Alana Nalena, and that could still give Leatherhead some punch-through possibilities, maybe. Not sure that's enough, but it could be a thing. So let's go ahead. Turn you into a bigger creature. Use this. Go get... Or actually, maybe I need something just digs for cards. Like, I mean, I don't know. Wolverine could take down a flyer or one of the life gainers. Ugh, I don't love any of these options. I need one that just gets rid of a creature. That's what I need. I guess I'll take Wolverine. Alright. 5, 6, 7. Could I risk trying to turn on the Seriema? I think so. And just say I have a flyer. I mean, they could also just have, like... what's it called? Sheltered by Ghosts? Yeah, I expected that was going to be a thing. So, not a surprise. But they'll attack. We can remove the shelter. Alright, we're at 6. They might also just have another shelter, too. Let's be honest. But we attack with Leatherhead. Leatherhead can remove the shelter. The shelter goes and searches for something. We could play Wolverine to take out one of the life gainers. Could turn Seriema back on to be able to block the flyer. Golly, there's a lot of moving parts right now. Okay. So much is happening. Alright. Get the Seriema back. Go get... Ooh, also Halana Nalena can block flyers. So let's do that. And then let's Wolverine. Wolverine away. Yeah. I think that's what we want. That goes to 8. That could be at a 10. But we could at least block one time without too big of a concern. So let's Seriema with Wolverine. And end the turn. Because we can at least hold off the Johnny's Pridemate for a minute. Don't know how long, but for some amount, undisclosed amount of time, I guess. I mean, you're obviously attacking with an opponent. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. You have a 10-10. Let's go. like, who are you kidding? You're attacking. Oh, you're deciding if you're attacking with the other knuckleheads. That's actually real, because you forced me to at least block the 10-10. Alright, I could see that. So we will pass. We'll go blocking. And then we'll use a deadly, or defend the rider on this duder. Alright. That worked okay. So now we go into Halana. That comes in with an extra counter. That can then put counters on Leatherhead. And then we let Leatherhead Wolverine attack. No, because I want to be able to turn on the Sariema, so we have a flying attacker. How do we want this to go? I mean, I guess I could tap Halana, but we don't really want to do that. All right, so I'm going to attack with just Wolverine, and that's probably just it. Because we're going to use Leatherhead to turn on the Sariema. All right. We're protected from a shelter by ghosts. At least for a turn. And then we can just figure out the rest. This is a hard matchup for us, though. Seriously. Erode. Do we care that that's getting eroded? Probably not. We also don't want to waste our protective spell on that. We have double white, double green, double red. I guess we'll just get a green. Oh, I forgot. He's tapped, so he doesn't die because of the Sariema. But we still got to search for... I was so confused because it let us search for a land, but it's part of the resolution of the spell. They get to search anyway. That's pretty sicko. Alright. Alright, here we go. They're attacking with just that. So, I think I'm just going to use Defend the Rider. Is going to be the plan. Let's block... Actually, you know what? I'm going to block with Halana and use Defend the Rider. In the event that they're going to play something post-combat, we'll see what happens. And now we have scenarios where Spider-Man can allow us to multi-block the Johnny's Pridemate and stay alive, potentially. Next turn. Man, opponent had a good start, too. Lots of life gainers, the Pridemate, sheltered by ghosts, found the Linden. Sariema holding its own right now, though. Oh, looks like the opponent has now entered slow play mode. Alright, Cavernous Souls does not help us, really. Put that on human. Alright, if we play Spider-Man and attack, we could get in for, what is that, +3, so 6, 11, automatically in the air. 8 with Trample. So that's 19. 20, 21, 22, you can obviously block, but we have to leave some stuff back. So, yeah, alright. Here comes the Spider-Man. We're going to put those counters on good old Spider-Man. And we're going to give him flying. And we're going to attack with Sariema, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Leatherhead. Question is, though, if I want to leave enough back to try to just get rid of this Johnny problem permanently. Because we're not going to kill the opponent here with any combination of attacks. At least I can't imagine, right? Because you block, take 13, 20, 23, 26 is all that would get through. Yeah, that's not enough. So if we leave back Leatherhead, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If we don't attack with Wolverine, 16 otherwise. All right, we're just going to attack with the Flyers. In the turn. Like, it's a little bit of a conservative attack, but it's because of the fact that we can't really win otherwise by attacking, so there's nothing achieved there. Unfortunately, the opponent now has a Flyer, so that's a whole different problem. But I think we're mostly okay. All right, even more so now. All right. Pass. We block 8, 10, 13, 16, 19. Sack Spider-Man. Solving our first big problem. All right. And a Zac Fair. Excellent. Love to see it. All right, that'll work. Yeah, because now it's like they could try to block 5, they could block that, and then take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus, we would put the counters on Zac Fair also attacking for 14, 15, 16, 17, or whatever got through. We move the Zac Fair counters over to that, but then the opponent loses their board, and then we're in good shape. Oh man, okay. This set of games was weird. And I'm going to be honest with you. Between arena issues, which almost never happened to me, internet issues, which happened, just a series of problems. I can't give you a clean record because I had so many games that got interrupted for a bunch of different things. So it just is what it is. But I will say this. While I do think, did we actually get to see all the cards in this deck? I think we did, which that's always fun. There are some cards here like, Ruby that I think we could play Thorn Oakenshield to give our creature some extra protection. I don't know if Exercise is the exact right card, or maybe even replacing one Exercise with like a Get Lost or something. So you have some instant speed removal, which is pretty good when you're talking about playing against, say, something like Landfall, right? Where they're going to get a big Hydra and you need to kill the Hydra before it can attack or before they put the extra damage or the extra counters on it, right? That could be pretty strong too, because we don't have any instant speed removal. I could also see a world where we try to just find some other creature that gains life or has flying or potentially remove something when it enters the battlefield, right? If it's legendary. I think any of those things could work for us, because that could be another thing we could go search for with the Sariema. So, something to think about there. But the new cards did work. We got to see Radagast do a thing, so that was pretty sweet. We didn't get to see Queen of Dale, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think this is a great deck for Queen of Dale, and we didn't get to see her. But, hey, Radagast got to showcase himself big time. So that was actually super fun. So hopefully we get to see some more of this deck. I'll probably play it a little bit more, but I don't know. Like Daredevil's not quite good enough. I think we could do a little better on this card. Wolverine's fine because it is a removal spell. It's a hasty creature. I don't mind having that as something we could draw into or go search for, but we could probably do better than Daredevil. And like I said, I'll probably end up swapping one Exercise as well for something else, but we'll see. Actually, thinking about it, in the final list, I think we're actually going to probably add an Arkenstone. I totally wasn't thinking about this card, but it does let you search for any legendary creature card, which those are all the legends we have. They happen to be creatures, but creatures also get bigger, and it lets us draw a card every turn. So, could be worth it. I think I'll find a spot for at least one of these. I think this could actually be pretty good. Some version of this list will be what you see up over on Moxfield. Again, go there, get all the cool decks, all the other stuff we played throughout the season. It's all there. But also, don't forget, use the link in the description or the pinned comment for Moxfield, or for, say Moxfield, for ManaPool. Go save yourself some money. Get the free money. That's what's important. But anyway, that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.